Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Louise and this is Louise's Lifestyle. Thank you for joining me. So today's video is about how I am sowing these purple guava. So I got some purple guava seeds from Spain. I did do a video, so if you haven't seen it, it's Seed Mail from Spain, I think is the title. So I only uploaded that a couple of days ago. I thought I'd show you, the viewers, how I'm sowing these seeds. I've already sown, I had 2 tins of these and I did the first lot. I didn't video, I just put those straight into compost. I did soak them first and then I put them into compost with cling film over the top to hold the moisture in, and they are on a heat mat. But I thought I'd show you, the viewers, the other way I'm going to try and germinate, because this is not the first attempt. I did try some seeds from Sri Lanka, and unfortunately after 8 weeks there's no signs of germination. So this is another method, and you might be wondering why I've got a tea strainer here and I've got some hot water, is because these seeds have come in vermiculite. And I'll just open the tin and you can see there's 3 actually on top there. I'm not sure if these seeds are viable either. You know, it's just the risk you take when you buy seeds from eBay or online, anywhere basically. You don't know the history behind the seeds. You don't know if they're fresh, how long they've been kept, where they've been kept, how they've been stored, etc. Unless you take the seeds yourself from a fruit, that's the only way you'll know how fresh the seeds are. So yeah, it's always a gamble, but you know, this is what you do when you like growing tropical fruit, and you want to grow it from seed. These are the risks you take. So what I've got here is a tea strainer, got my hot water, and I'm going to pour the vermiculite mix in there. Now I could pick through, you know, painstakingly. I can see some of the guava seeds, but if you're not familiar with what guava seeds look like, that could be a very tricky process. And what you could do is sow the whole lot, because vermiculite is a good medium for sowing seeds in anyway. But you know, so that's one way of getting around it. You don't have to pick through, just sow the whole lot in a seed tray, and fingers crossed they'll germinate. But what I'm going to do, so I'm going to pour this hot water, and you might be thinking, why hot water? Well, sometimes guava seeds are difficult to germinate. They're not that easiest to germinate. And you can see they're floating right to the top. Now, some people think that seeds that float are not viable, but I've had seeds that float germinate. It's just that they're, you know, a little bit lighter, and eventually those seeds will sink to the bottom. I think that's just initial reaction. So you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one down there, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seeds. Right, so there's about 11 seeds. There's probably more in there. And what I'm going to do is I've got this little tray, well, not little tray, little sort of dish or plastic container that you get with takeaway foods. You get your little chutneys and spices in. So I always keep these, and I keep the lids as well. And what I've got in there is one of these face cotton pads for makeup. Not that I use makeup, it's just one of my daughters. And I'm just going to wet give that a good wetting. Now some people just use tissue, paper towel, wet paper towel. I've tried that method. It doesn't work for me. I know it works for other people, but I thought instead of just sowing all the seeds I've got tissue on my nail there. Instead of sowing all the seeds in the same kind of medium, I do 2 different ones. So I've wet the, I might take out the excess of water there. So you just want it moist. And then I'm going to pick out these seeds with the tweezers. I might just be able to pick it out with my fingers, but there we go. It's a bit hard to do when you're holding the phone to keep in focus. Oops. You get the idea anyway. So I'll put the camera down and I'll pick out all of them, and then you can see how many there are. Right, so there we have the seeds. There's 15 there. I can't remember how many I've sown in the other tray. So that's how many were in this little tin. And I think there were a lot more in the other tin. So altogether, I'm not sure how many seeds I've got, but there's 15 in here anyway. And I've just had a poke around in there. You might think I've left some more seeds in there. They definitely haven't. These little things here, these are not seeds. These are like little miniature gravel. They are stones. You know, I have squeezed them to test if they were seeds. They're not. So yeah, there's no more in there. So that's one way of separating the seeds out if you ever get seeds coming in vermiculite. I've never had, well, I tell a lie, I have had once in a little bag, but the seeds were tiny, and so I just sowed them with the vermiculite. But these you can separate, as I've shown here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get another cotton pad like that and place it over the top, and then just give that a little spray. So nice and moist. So it's like soaking the seeds. You know, you're keeping them in a wet environment, moist environment. And what I'll do is just pop the lid on, if I can find the lid. And then I'll pop that on a heat mat. Right, so here we are upstairs, and I've got my heat mat here on the window ledge. I've got the little tray that I've used for the purple guava. I've used a sticker off the tin and put today's date on there. And this tray here has got the remainder of the seeds that, because I've got 2 tins, and I've sown them in this coir compost, so I didn't video that. And I'm using the compost that the old seeds, the seeds from Sri Lanka that didn't germinate after 8 weeks, nothing's happened. No need to throw out that compost. There's no mould or anything in there. It's perfectly fine. Just need to keep them nice and warm on this heat mat. And I've got a few other things that have germinated that don't really need to be on the heat mat, but you know, it does help give them a little bit of a boost. I've got some long aubergines in there. The dwarf papaya, the Hawaiian papaya, are popping up, so once they're a little bit bigger, I will definitely transfer them out of that pot. I've got watermelon there, so various things happening. But yeah, I hope they both germinate and I get a few. I don't expect 100% germination, but I would like a few of these to germinate. So fingers crossed anyway. So thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.